the stat sheet and effort-wise, and also rebounding. And it's great to see his game mature and expand. As great as he is, a former MVP, still getting better.
3 turnovers early here by the Cavaliers. Now Durant with the mismatch, but it is blocked by Thompson. Here comes James trying to slip through. Crowd wanted to travel. Peculiar with the rebound. Thompson met by Thompson.
Draymond Green is yelling at his teammates early, saying, move, move. We all saw the play a couple of weeks ago where he got upset at the end of the game at his team for not taking the right types of shots, as you see him draw foul on Kyrie Irving there. But Draymond Green is definitely the leader of this team. And look at that defensive strip. That's one great play right there. And right here, how do you do this to one of the best ball handlers in the game? I guess when you have those long arms like that, you use it to your good. Great defense right there by the way.
Second foul committed by Irving, and a timeout called. It's the Warriors with a 9-4 lead over the Cavaliers here in the early going.
Matt figured out that with Metro PCS, he gets a 4G LTE network for only $30, period. Just like he figured out that play day is also workout day. You too figure it out. Move to Metro PCS nationwide T-Mobile network with unlimited data, talk, and text for only $30, period. Taxes and fees included. Metro PCS, wireless, figured out.
There's a bunch of creepy kids in this house I moved into. Can I claim them as dependents?
Unfortunately, you can't, but you may be able to deduct some of your moving expenses.
Good, because I'm going to have to move again.
Now it's time for the Dr. Scholes Moves of the Week, energizing the NBA to move better throughout the season.
4:30 remaining, third quarter.
Is it the All-Star game already?
Dragic gets by. Got it! And a foul. What a play by Dragic. Wow. What a finish this was. Career high when we saw them in Miami. Winslow and Fulton out for the what a spin and a score for Russell.
Just a stop and let the defenders slide by.
Played well against Eastern team. Nice ball fake by Knight. Finds Chris for the tomahawk.
Yeah, that's great recognition there from Brandon Knight. I thought he was caught in no man's land, but he obviously had his eyes on Chris all along.
Those were the Dr. Scholes Moves of the Week. Vote for your favorite on Twitter or Instagram for a chance to win a trip to the NBA Finals.
They said it
There's a bunch of creepy kids in this house I moved into. Can I claim them as dependents?
Unfortunately, you can't, but you may be able to deduct some of your moving expenses.
Good, because I'm gonna have to move again.
Ron says he has gone deep into his archives for plays featuring rebounds in his 7 minutes of play. And now JaVale McGee, 9-year man from Nevada, checks in. Channing Frye coming on for Tristan Thompson for Cleveland. Frye is really shooting the three extremely well, particularly from straight away. Here's Iguodala, wide open, 4-3.
Right now, the bench, the bench of Golden State is scrambling to tell JaVale McGee who to check. Not because he was in the wrong position or anything like that, but they're trying to find a matchup conducive for him.
And a little hit off the nice setup. Here comes Iguodala. Curry for 3. Yes. The Warriors not shooting the three as effectively as they have the last couple of years, but not bad. 38%, fourth in the NBA. They average 12 makes a game. And here at the start, they've connected on 4 of 11. And they've jumped in front by 10.
There's a season for everything. A time to play.
A time to work.
A time to dream.
And a time to shine a light on the past. To brighten the future.
Together.
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 On Martin Luther King Day, we welcome you back to the Bay Area. First of our special TNT doubleheader coming up in Game 2. Another good one, the Oklahoma City Thunder
So TaxAct gives me free filing, plus access to last year's return and unlimited phone support.
Well, you get all this great stuff, but you don't pay for it.
Yeah.
Like when you tell the waiter you found a tooth in your food and he comps your mail.
You sure you're not a size 9?
9. Don't make me laugh, girl. Where do you...
Just because you drive the official vehicle of the NBA doesn't make you an official NBA player.
Yeah.
The way the NBA is as a whole is extremely diverse, and I feel that Dr. Martin Luther King has made a little bit of success that I've had individually in the NBA possible because of the struggles and trials and tribulations that he went through.
To see where this country has come from, to see the struggles that my also African Americans growing up, and for me to have the opportunity to play on this day that commemorates all that Martin Luther King did. This is the day we came out. Our country.
Stay here? Oh, I'm so glad. I love it's a tradition. I'm here next year. Just call me up. Okay, Richard. Now it's a thing. All right. Now I'm in. You move. You move. You have to come to you or whatever.
Welcome you back to the Bay Area. It's time for the quarter. Just moments ago, Kristen Wedlow with Cavalier head coach Tyronn Lue.
Coach, the Warriors often running, setting that pace early on. You told me your team needs to stay consistent in transition. How does that change?
Well, we got to make some shots. I think, you make shots, take our time. We get in the paint, we miss about 3 or 4 layups. If you don't make layups in this league, it always ends in a layup for the other team or one shot.
What do you tell your guys after this opening quarter in regards to finding their rhythm offensively?
Just keep our composure. All right, they made some shots. They came out early, made some shots, made it tough on them. We just got to keep our composure and keep playing.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, Kristen. Reaching foul is called on Klay Thompson as the second quarter gets underway. Nice move by Jefferson, and it looked like David West, who just came on, got a piece of it. Here comes Draymond Green, and that will count. It's a goaltend on Channing Frye. The first quarter differential, 37-22 in favor of Golden State's largest deficit after one quarter of the season, and after the quarter ended, they got an additional point as Irving was able to drive, not able to manage that reverse English. Sean Livingston just came on. Yes, and the foul. It's on Culver, and Livingston will go to the line. They changed that two-pointer, which was several minutes back in the first quarter. 3. So Kevin Durant receiving credit for a three-pointer, so they get the extra point.
And I feel that this last play, even though 5 men were backed by Livingston, was a fast break because he did not stop. And if that is true, and he's credited as that, it's a 16-2 run as far as fast break points. And that right now, you get easy assists in those. It's 13-1 assists, but 16-2 in fast break points, I think you know who has the pace in their favor.
How about just one assist for the Cavaliers? They're shooting 7 for 25. LeBron James sitting down, just 1 of 6 from the field, 5 points. Golden State with 13 assists on 17 field goals. Aaron Albert, Chris Webber, Kristen Ledlow. From Oracle, Irving got the step. Nice move on Green.
It's all about not settling. Take that three-pointer when you need it, but when you have a guy that cannot move laterally and keep up with your speed, you need to force the issue, take it in the paint, force the shot, or try to get someone else open.
Catch and shoot by Green. Draymond Green has done it in every department. Even if it did not show up on the stat sheet, he is all over the defending. He's chasing people down. Here's Irving. And Thompson with the follow.
What I like about this Golden State team is even though you have 2 MVPs and a budding rising star in Thompson, your most valuable player at times is still Green and other players. And I really believe Green's presence on the court, staying on guys to keep their integrity on offense, may be one of his best attributes.
Sean Livingston, who is so effective at his height of 6'7", he's a guard. He can post up, as we just saw.
He uses his size to his advantage and doesn't turn it over.
2 minutes gone by in the second. Irving blocked. West took it away. Iguodala. That's intended for Green was snatched by Irving.
I believe that's Iguodala's first turnover in the last 5 games. He's been really trying to be efficient as he talked to me before the game. Great block again by Draymond Green.
Andre Liggins stopped on the rejection. Here is Iguodala taking all the way down right at Kyle Korver.
He's very familiar with Kyle, and usually familiarity breeds content, and he says, I'm going to attack my old rookie roommate.
Timeout called by the Cavaliers.
Talked about all the great things that Draymond does. It doesn't show up on the stat sheet. This one does.
I'm so glad you're here than another person.
What happened? Why not? Why is she not here?
So she never let me into her apartment. She never let me see it or anything. And so I was talking to her on Saturday morning. She called me.
Called you?
Yeah.
Okay. That doesn't happen.
She doesn't call much.
Right.
But she doesn't text. But all we do. So tickets, she says, I'm going to call you on Saturday. And I said, okay. Call me like between 10 and noon. I'm busy in the afternoon. So I go around. She hasn't called me, and I'm like, you were going to call me? And then she calls me immediately. She says, oh, sorry, I was on the phone with the caller. She goes, what are you doing? I said, I'm reading the paper. Looking at the center picture. She goes, what are you doing? She's like, I'm like doing law. Send me a picture of your apartment. She goes, okay, I'll do that. But she didn't. So later that afternoon, I sent her a text. I said, I'll settle for the long overdue promise tour of your apartment on Monday. Aha. Joke. Then yesterday, late yesterday, I got a text that said, I came to the game. Sorry for the late notice. No explanation. So I replied and I said, bummer. I was really looking, it must be a really important reason to miss such a big game. Can I call you? No reply. So I tried to call her. Voicemail. And, well, I'm sure you have good reason for...
This way! No more fouls. At the end of the day, we can switch. I got ball! Hey! Post up!
I thought you were just going to go off quick.
State Farm Audio Assist. Draymond Green, Tristan Thompson wearing the mics here tonight. 3 minutes gone by the second quarter. It has been all Golden State, and now Kyle Korver, his second field goal. That was a 2-pointer. Golden State has hit its last 8 shots. They've connected on 12 of their last 14. They're 5 for 5 in this second quarter. Livingston trying to get it down low, and it's deflected out of bounds. Steve Kerr has Draymond Green out there along with Andre Iguodala, David West, Klay Thompson, and Sean Livingston. Here is Livingston. One-handed by Liggins.
I love how the game's evolved. Coaches didn't allow players to switch. It was as if they didn't trust the communication. As you see, definitely the Cavs trusting that jumper of Jefferson out the corner. And now we have 2 coaches that are 2 ex-players. Actually haven't played the game. No, wait a minute. It's easier to switch. Just keep practicing it. And such a great job by the big fellas on both teams moving laterally, guarding that guard.
Steve Kerr wants to talk. 22nd timeout is called. We'll be back.
Happy to get the tickets to the game. It's like, thank you, Dubai, for touching me. And it's like, let's just hang out, okay? And so I don't know what that really means. I assume he just wants tickets to games. No romance. No inside her apartment and hanging out in her bed and watching football games. Doesn't want. That's the powerful emotion.
The NBA has been brought to you by Ford F-Series, the best-selling truck for 40 by AT&T, mobilizing your world. By American Express, the official credit card of the NBA, and by PlayStation. Golden State Warriors 34-6. They've won 14 of their last 16 games. The 2 losses at Cleveland and at home to Memphis in overtime. The game in Cleveland on Christmas. Here's West with a nice turnaround. Warriors have the best record for 3 games over San Antonio and 3.5 over Houston. Irving run into by Livingston. Livingston tried to dodge, could not, and it'll be a shooting foul. Irving will head to the line. Question is, was it a 2 or a 3? Over at the scorer's table, checking with the replay center. Looks to be a 3. Yes, no question about it. And the Yankees. So Kyrie Irving, 3-time All-Star, one of the premier ball handlers in the NBA, key member of the winning U.S. Olympic team in Rio, at the line to shoot 3. And he has been a 90% free throw shooter, and as I say that, he rims out. He has been among the leaders this season. Cleveland Cavaliers have won 6 of their last 9, but it's been a roller coaster road trip. Lost at Utah, lost at Portland. Had a couple of rough patches, 3 straight losses 6 weeks ago. They're losing 3 of 5 in the game in Portland. Storm. They arrived some 5.5 hours before the tip.
I think when we look back at Kyrie Irving's career, when it's all said and done, we'll say this place was the catalyst for how great we feel about him as fans. Really stepping up to the plate, clutch play.
Here's Durant as he checked back in, unable to hit the 3. Rebounded, however, by Green. And they can start all over again. They reset with the new clock. Nice pass. Green for West.
It's not about the assist, it's about the cut. Because though he cut, he kept the integrity of the offense. And if that didn't work, another guy was going to cut right after it. Great job sticking to the game.
Assist number 6 for Draymond Green. Irving for 3. And a foul is called as West and Thompson came together. The foul committed by West of the Warriors.
Golden State's calling cuts for yourself and for others. And look, right after that cut, you see Durant coming right in either for the rebound or the secondary pass. And when the ball is hopping around, moving like that, you're a much better team when you're having fun and when everyone's touching.
LeBron James is back. Here's LeBron to the bucket. Only the second field goal for James. Livingston played by Irving. This pass picked off by Jefferson. And foul by Green on James. And Richard Jefferson in the face of Draymond Green. Looked like a shot to the chest. There is history, obviously, with Draymond Green in these type of scenarios, both against the Cavaliers and Oklahoma City.
Marv, I know this for a fact. Jefferson is what we're doing called fronting. Jefferson, this wasn't that hard of a foul. It's not going to end the world. But Jefferson knows his team needs some energy. If I step up and I get a technical or I don't foul you, it doesn't matter. We're down 17 anyway. We need something to be the catalyst and to give us energy. And I believe that Jefferson, because that's just a regular foul. I don't care what year it is, I don't care what era you're playing basketball. But to me, Jefferson being a great teammate, almost doing the Reggie Miller, trying to escalate something to give his team that positive energy.
But you're indicating that LeBron may be play acting a little bit?
Well, see, and then look at Jefferson. What is he saying? Jefferson's not even saying that. Quit breathing in my face. He's just walking toward me. And that just gets both teams energized. And, yeah, you could say, hey, maybe LeBron took a little bit of a hit there to try to get his team involved. But even if it was a hit that shook LeBron to his core, it's not one that's flagrant. Or at least, as an ex-player, I pray they don't start making these fragrant fouls.
Well, the tone and the rules have changed since, as you well know, Chris.
You're so right, but the play is the same. He wasn't shooting. They didn't go after him. He didn't try to undercut him. It was a hard foul. If I'm LeBron, I'm mad, and I'm coming at you. But
well, do you think that history plays a role in this?
No, you can't ref history. This is a new year.
I know you can't.
Yeah, or you shouldn't
say that.
Yes. I think it's human nature to come in, but no, you have to let this game play out the way it's going to play out. And the refs do such a great job in this league because sometimes we don't even know they're there. And I think that's the best job. Look, he was trying to strip him. I mean, I'm sure the guys at home that say, hey, this happened in the park to me last week.
Well, they called a flagrant one on Green. That is being reviewed. The officials on the court make the call on flagrants and on technicals, and apparently technical fouls called on Richard Jefferson and Draymond Green.
No way in the world was that a flagrant. You have to accept it. Draymond Green is saying flop, but I guarantee every NBA player at home, it can't be a flagrant in the middle of the court when it's 6:55 in the second quarter and it's a good game. I mean, guys are just playing. It hasn't been any talking.
Well,
it hasn't been any pushing. It hasn't been any pushing. It hasn't been any grabbing. You can play physical. I mean,
well, what happens if nothing's happened and someone takes a punch at somebody?
He tried to steal the ball.
Not that he did, but I'm just saying.
But let's think about the play. Draymond Green tried to low steal the ball. Where is a flagrant in that? In a reach in? It's never a flagrant on a reach. Look at this. He's trying to steal the ball. Come on, man. Come on. No way.
I'm beginning to agree with you.
Well, I'm trying to convince you. I'm trying to. I don't know if I'm right or wrong. It's just my opinion. He's trying to strip a dribbler.
It just so happened, I think it was a collision as Draymond. You're very convincing, Attorney Weber.
He gets his hand on the ball, but every defensive player knows if you reach, I teach. So LeBron's going to cross him over, or
was that an elbow? Was that a shoulder?
To his right arm tried to do that. I don't.